Hi, this is Tyler of TC Brothers, and today I'm going to show you how to install one of our air cleaners on this Harley Sportster. Installing a new air cleaner on your motorcycle is one of the easiest ways to improve looks and performance. Today I'm going to be installing a TC Brothers air cleaner on this 2005 Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200. If you've got a different model than this, many of the steps that I'm going to take today can be applied to yours as well. First step is to remove your stock air cleaner assembly. On this model there's two outer screws here that can be removed with an Allen key. The nameplate comes off and the outer cover comes off, exposing the stock air cleaner element. This one's held on with Torx type screws. There's 3 of them here that need removed. Once the air cleaner element has been removed, you can see there's 2 crankcase breather bolts that hold the backer plate of the air cleaner to the bike. On this particular model, you need a 9/16 socket to remove each one of those. I like to use long extensions on my ratchets to keep from damaging your paint on your tank. Now, the backer plate's been removed. You can see where those crankcase breathers were previously installed, and you'll notice that the gasket from this carburetor is actually still attached to the backer plate of the filter. Sometimes they might stick to the carburetor, sometimes they might stick to the air cleaner. If you're careful, you can usually remove these without damaging them and reuse them. This one removed without tearing. If yours tears, they're very inexpensive to replace. Now that your original air cleaner has been removed, it's time to install the TC Brothers air cleaner. It's important to note that on the carbureted models that you require a carburetor support bracket. They look like this, and the fuel injected models do not require this. The reason that you need them on the carbureted models is these carburetors just have a rubber intake boot that is not clamped, so they're just sitting in there, and if you didn't install this, your carburetor could possibly fall off of your bike. The way to install this is to reuse your original gasket like we mentioned before. Get it lined up with the holes in the carburetor support bracket. The support bracket's attached to the engine using these external breather bolts that we sell. They vent your crankcase pressure to the atmosphere rather than returning it into the carburetor like your original unit did. Simply line up the holes. Start to finger tighten the breathers. Be sure to apply blue medium strength thread locker to all fasteners during this installation. Now while everything's loose, a nice little tip to keep your gasket aligned with the carburetor is to simply take a couple of the mounting screws that are used to attach the air cleaner base bracket itself to the carburetor, and then just slightly tighten them into the carburetor just to keep the gasket holes aligned with the mounting holes. Now you can finger tighten the breather bolts to the engine. Verify all of your holes are lined up for the gasket. And these don't take a lot of torque to snug these down. You don't want to over tighten them. They're aluminum and there's a hole drilled through the center of them to allow your crankcase to breathe. So if you'd over tighten them, it's possible that you can snap them off. And you've got thread locker applied that's going to keep them from backing out during vibration. Just lightly snug. Now you can remove those mounting screws that you used as guides for your gasket and install the base bracket for the air cleaner assembly itself. There's another included gasket with the kit that installs between the bracket and the support bracket. So get that lined up with the bolt pattern. and then match that bolt pattern up to the carburetor or the throttle body on a fuel injected model. You can use the same type of technique as you did to get the bracket gasket lined up by placing the screws through the holes in the gasket. Now these tighten with a hex Allen wrench as well. And don't forget your thread locker here either. Now that the base of the air cleaner assembly has been tightened securely to the carburetor or the throttle body on your fuel injected models, you can install the high flow air cleaner unit. These are washable, reusable. You can just, if they get dirty, wash them out, re-oil them, and reinstall. In order to install this, it simply is placed on the bracket, and then a cover will be installed over the top of the air cleaner. On this particular kit, this is our Louvered Air Cleaner kit. It has a stamped steel cover like this with a through bolt. We also make some other styles that have different styles of covers that might have slightly different hardware, but they all install in basically the same manner. In this model, there's this tri-bar retaining bolt that can be slipped through the center. Get it aligned with the nut that's on the bracket. Simply tighten it down. This is another one to put thread locker on, and you don't have to go crazy over tightening this as well. And there you have it, ready to go ahead and ride.